What's up, everybody? Mike back here. It's September 14th on a Saturday. This past Thursday, I finished up my 6th week of HVAC school for the refrigeration cycle phase. Basically, if you're new to the channel or if you're just stepping through, my first month of HVAC school is basically understanding the refrigeration cycle, minor troubleshooting, and an overall fundamental of the way the refrigeration cycle works. This past week was a little uneventful. We were basically doing a review for the final. We had an assignment, a take-home assignment that we had to process and do, and then we were working on the machines for a mechanical checklist. So to be a little more in-depth and break those three areas down, the first thing was what they call a stand and deliver take-home test. They gave you 10 questions, and you had to select 5 of those questions for research on your own. I was able to get those done pretty quickly on the Note 10 Plus because it has Microsoft Office on it. So I knocked that out. I turned it in. It was just basically comprised of list the 3 best gauges and why they're the best. List the 3 best recovery machines and why are they the best. Give me YouTube videos on a TXV and a compressor and what's so happening. So that was actually pretty easy to knock out. The second area, we got our review packet for the final. It was 80 questions. We had to fill it out first in pencil, and then the next day he came through and gave us all the answers. And I think I missed 10, if I'm not mistaken. But nevertheless, I know I did pretty well on that review packet, so I'm studying that. And then the last thing is we've been practicing a stand and deliver. So our final is built into 3 sections. That 10 question, select your 5. The second is an actual written exam where I think it's 80 questions, multiple choice. The last part of our final is a stand and deliver. So basically, the checklist that I've been talking about, the mechanical checklist that we've had since the beginning of class, we have to walk through that mechanical checklist in front of the instructor. We have to find static pressures. We have to read our superheat, our subcooling, our suction temperatures for both the liquid and suction line. We have to tell them what type of a unit it is, what the refrigerant is, whether or not it's a heat pump, what type of a metering device it has, and what type of a compressor it has. And take all of the line amperages. So for the compressor, the outside fan, and the indoor fan. And while we're doing that, though, he's going to ask us questions. Those questions have been being asked to us throughout the class, but he wants to see the progression. He wants to just make sure that you're grasping what he's been teaching. So he could ask us, what's the refrigerant state after the compressor? What's the refrigerant state after the metering device? Or he could point to a particular area of the unit and say, what's the refrigerant? What's the state of the refrigerant here? So, you know, it's a hands-on final, and it's worth a big portion of our grade. So the past week, that's what we've really been knocking out. At this point, I feel confident in my abilities on that. I did a mechanical checklist on my own machine. I didn't record that one. I didn't have the opportunity because my wife was at work, but I do want to do one for the camera. I don't know how well it's going to work. My machine is a Goodman, and from everything I've read and the videos I've seen, the Goodmans are really loud. My compressor is stupid loud, so I probably won't really be able to talk, and I don't know if there's going to be a lot to show. But I'm going to try to knock it out, and if it's worth putting up for you guys, I'll do it. The cool thing, well, is my father, he's a really big guy in video and photography and drones and whatnot. And he's given me a gimbal. And if you don't know what a gimbal is, it's a electronic stabilization. So basically, I can walk and I can do fucking backflips, and it'll stay steady. And I can use that and maybe have my wife take a video of over my shoulder of me doing what I've learned in class. So that's more to come. But it's something I really want to throw out there because, again, not only am I doing this for people passing through or people subscribe to the channel, but I do want to do this for myself, so I can see the progression and really show what I've been doing. in the coming weeks, I kind of want to do a giveaway. I know I'm not really big. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but you know, if you're interested in the HVAC field, the little thermocouple I was talking about, the little clamp thing, you know, I really want to grab another one and you know, send one to someone as a gift. And I've never done it before, so I'm gonna have to work out the logistics and figure out how the hell to do that. But I'd like to buy one of those and ship it to someone that's, you know, looking to be in the HVAC field. Or if you're already there and you're just passing through watching me as a putz do this and you want one, I'll buy it and I'll send it out to you. But the other thing that I'd like to do is I have my textbook here, and I want to kind of show you what the textbook is, the one that we're using in class. 95% of my classroom is, you know, hands-on, working on things, touching it, feeling it, understanding it. The other 5% is bookwork, and you know, it's got to be there. You have to understand things, but you know, that's the give and take on it, I guess. They have to have a curriculum, I guess. I know I'm rambling, but I really just want to be thorough again. So I'm going to get that on the table. We're going to take a look at that, and I'll figure out if it's for sale on Amazon. So if you are a veteran of the HVAC field, or if you've been in it for a year or two, or if you're new, if you don't want to go to school, this book is something you can buy, and I would recommend it. It's a really good book because it walks you through a lot. It teaches you a lot. Obviously, you're going to learn a lot in the field, more than you can ever learn in school. But this gives you a good fundamental breakdown of the HVAC field and what have you. But last but not least, I know I say this in every video, but if you're passing through, or if you're a subscriber, or you just tuned into my channel to watch me act like a jerk, I don't know, an ass, and you want to roast me, please leave a comment. I'm not trying to make money on these videos. I'm not trying to get famous. I got a message the other day asking if I wanted to do something called AdSense, and I guess that's like where they put an ad on your video, and it, you know, after you get so much of whatever, you can start getting money. I don't want that. I'm not going to put an ad on this damn video because it's a waste of time. I'm not trying to make money. If a sponsor comes along, cool. Maybe free tools for me for the job. I don't know. I'm just joking. But, you know, I want to keep this unbiased. I'm not here to do tool reviews. I'm not here to promote a product. You know, I'm not paid by anybody behind me, you know, Lucas or Coke, or I'm not sponsored. I'm an average citizen or an average Joe, and I just happen to have this crap in my house because it's my garage. This is my spot. This is my domain in here. My wife and my kids control the rest of the house. But, you know, if you're passing through, if you are a subscriber, please, you know, leave me feedback. Leave me any information that you'd like to hear me talk about, or anything I can change on these videos. Is my backdrop bad? You know, do I suck at talking? Do I ramble a lot? What can I make it so that I'm more effective in relaying my message about HVAC school, and whether or not it's right for, you know, a guy coming out of high school, you know, maybe a guy like myself. I'm 30 with an established family. I'm in a home. You know, is it right for them, or should they just buy a damn book, get a bunch of tools, and go get a job as an apprentice and install, move into a service technician? Everything I've heard from the guys that have graduated from my school personally, they graduate into service technicians and doing preventative maintenance, and they're redoing repairs, because at my school they teach you brazing, they teach you advanced troubleshooting, they teach you walk-in coolers, display cases, the refrigerators you see at the stores where they put the frozen goods. They teach you all of that so that when you're done, you can graduate and go get a job. So you're not, you know, you're not starting as an apprentice. You're starting from somewhere, you know, a little more ahead. And I'm not gonna, I'll take whatever they give me, because I know I'm gonna be a dumbass and I'm gonna be green coming out. So I know I'm rambling, so let me get the book on the table, and we'll get it squared away. But I appreciate each and every one of you that stop in and take a look at my videos. Okay, so this is the book that we're using day in and day out. Now, we're personally using this for our homework. There is a matching workbook that is associated and partnered with this that has
individual questions for each chapter. In phase 1, I believe that we did 6 chapters, all randomized. We didn't just start with chapter 1 and go. It was everything isolated for that phase. Now, this is not a book that the teacher references a lot. The teacher really doesn't go out of the book. This is something that the student must do individually so that we can have self-discovery and learn on our own. Basically, by doing the homework, we're learning about individual things within the phase. So I can tell you, I did learn a lot. There was a lot of information in here for me to understand. I really did have to read to find these answers, but in doing that, I did learn information that the instructor didn't talk about, because it's not really that important to know, but it's good to know for the individual mind. Upon doing some research, this book is available for purchase. The book itself is $133 on Amazon, and the workbook is $31. So it's a good buy. It has 51 reviews on Amazon, 4.5 out of 5 stars. But a little overview about this book. This book is a Goodhart Wilcox 20th edition. It was published January 29th of 2016, so it's a few years old, but I don't know if they've come out with a new one. And it's 1,679 pages long. There's not a lot to talk about. I really don't want to open it up and go through the particularities, but maybe I'll snap some pictures out of it and post it. I don't know if there's a legality thing there, but maybe just snap some areas of it and say, look, this is what it is. But it's a pretty good pickup. I can tell you some of these comments say, holy freaking crap. One says worth having in your shop library. Another one says this book is expensive but definitely worth to own. And I think I saw AK HVAC's page. He referenced 5 books to pick up, and this one was one of the books that he highly recommended that each HVAC tech have in their arsenal to reference back to if they forget something, or to kind of brush up. Because HVAC, in all of my experience of understanding it and watching the YouTube videos, it is a trade that you are constantly going to learn in. Things are ever evolving, ever changing with the systems and the refrigerants and the way things are built. And I mean, we're all going to have to just understand it. But I'm going to be green. There's going to be a lot of things in the field I'm not going to know, and I'm going to have to rely on those technicians that have been in there for a long time, that know what they're doing, to really teach me those tricks and tips. So this is just a little snippet of what we're doing, what I'm doing. But if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If you like my content, please subscribe. Like I said, I want to do a giveaway. Give me a thumbs up if you like the videos. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Leave me a message or a comment. Roast me. Do what y'all want. But again, this is for me and y'all, so we can all do this together. I appreciate it.